The weekend is here and the Dodgers are shuffling up to Boston. What's up, everybody? I'm Jim Rodriguez, and welcome to the weekend edition of Dodgers Latest right here on our YouTube channel. Good times ahead. It's the beginning of a 3-city, 9-game road trip for the Dodgers, and we can only hope the second half gets better here as the Dodgers have tried to find their mojo a little bit. Lots to talk about, but first we want to thank you for making us part of your day. Numbers keep going up in terms of subscribers. Like, share it, comment. We're going to read some comments for you today. And of course, you can always hit me up right there on X and on Instagram at JRodShow. And yeah, the Dodgers opening up a 9-game road trip in Fenway Park. Yeah, rematch of the 2018 World Series. Red Sox were the hottest team in baseball as they came down to the All-Star break. So it'll be very interesting because the Red Sox came from a team that was going to be sellers to now all of a sudden, maybe they're holding pat. And the weekend's going to have some great pitching. Tonight's going to be Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers against Brian Bello. Sheehan kind of got roughed up his last time out against the Brewers last Saturday. 3 innings, 5 earned, 7 hits in the loss. Saturday, fantastic matchup. It'll be Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers and probably the leading Cy Young Award candidate in the American League, and Garrett Crochet. Crochet 11-4 ERA at 2.19. Amazing. And then on Sunday, really interesting. It'll be Dustin May for the Dodgers and old friend Walker Buehler. That's right. Sheesh. Walker will be on the mound for the Dodgers. Last time we saw Walker, of course, was at Yankee Stadium, getting that last out in the World Series to hang banner number 8 for the Dodgers as they beat the Yankees in 5-game and won the World Series. Walker Buehler coming out of relief to do it. Buehler signs a 1-year deal with the Red Sox. He's 6-6 ERA of 5.72. Kind of been roughed up his last 7 starts, ERA of almost 6.5. So I don't think he is on the trading block. Remember, we talked about it a little bit of maybe would the Dodgers go out and get Walker Buehler. You know, he can start, he can come in out of the bullpen, he can be a bulk guy in terms of when they have Ohtani do openers. I'm not saying that's out of the question, but I don't think Walker Buehler is going to be wearing Dodger blue this season. Maybe next year. Remember, it was a 1-year deal to sign with the Red Sox, but it'll be great to see him Sunday at Fenway Park as the Dodgers and Red Sox collide this weekend. And then, of course, it's off to Cincinnati for a 3-game series, Monday through Wednesday. Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch on Monday for the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers will end the road trip in Tampa Bay. Actually, they will be in Tampa. Remember, they usually played in St. Pete when they played the Rays. Obviously, the Tropicana Park suffered some major roof damages due to a storm over the winter, so they're playing at George Steinbrenner Field, spring training home of the Yankees. Interesting, between the A's playing in Sacramento and the Rays playing in a spring training ballpark. But the Dodgers will go there and have their licks against the Rays, who have fallen kind of out of contention, right? They were a wild card team. They were fighting for the division. Now they're a game and a half out of the last wild card spot. And, of course, the thing to look forward to tonight's game, Shohei Ohtani has hit a home run in 5 consecutive games. No Dodger has ever hit a homer in 6 consecutive games. The last Dodger to do it was Max Muncy in 2019. So it'll be interesting to see how Shohei, who will be in the lineup tonight, goes against the Red Sox. Obviously, he knows Fenway Park from his time against the Angels. A good weekend ahead as the Red Sox and Dodgers collide over at Fenway Park. Well, the one thing that is interesting about Sunday, not only because Walker Buehler will be on the mound for the Red Sox, it's because Dustin May will be on the mound for the Dodgers. And yeah, there is a talk that the Dodgers are open to trading Dustin May. And it kind of makes sense. Listen, Dustin May, 6-6 ERA of 4.73. Got the win his last time out. It was an Ohtani game, and then May came in relief, 4 2/3, no runs against the Twins. I think for Dustin May, he has shown that he's healthy, coming back from Tommy John. Then he had that torn esophagus from eating a salad, which kind of put his rehab on hold, and he had to get better from that. He has electric stuff. He's young, he's still wild, but he's got electric stuff. At times this year, he has looked brilliant. So I think Dustin May is the guy that will be the centerpiece of any trade, whether it's with the Guardians for Emmanuel Clase and Stephen Kwan, whether it's doing something with Pittsburgh for their closer or St. Louis. I think whatever moves the Dodgers will make, I think Dustin May will be the main guy because he can give a young team or a team that's trying to get over the hump a good electric. Right now, I would say probably a third starter. It's got the ability to be an ace. And I really, if you go back to that White Sox game at Dodger Stadium, it was the first time that Dustin May this season just attacked hitters. I think for him, it's more of a mentality. He's got that lightning arm, electric stuff, but he never really went and attacked hitters. And I think he took advantage of a bad White Sox team to really go out and just challenge guys. And it worked. It worked, and I think that has sort of given him the confidence to say, hey, trust your stuff, trust that right arm, and go out there and blow people away. And I think, he's still under control next year because he hasn't reached the service time to be a free agent, so he will be arbitration eligible whoever he pitches for next year. He got a 1-year, $2 million contract this year for the Dodgers, so he'll probably be in that range, 2.5, maybe $3 million, whether it's with the Dodgers or somebody else, or you can just sign him, burn that last year of arbitration, and eat into his free agency. But he will be a free agent after 2026. Question is, will he be wearing a Dodger uniform or will he be with somewhere else? But the Dodgers have pretty much said, yes, Dustin May is our guy with Tyler Glasnow, who looked so good Wednesday against the Twins. 7 innings, 12 strikeouts. Blake Snell's due to return. Ohtani, Yamamoto, Kershaw. I think they're ready to go, and I think Dustin May is going to be odd man out. And it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I think the Dodgers can maximize his value and get something in return. Now, something they have not been getting in return is Mookie Betts, right? Look at that, 172 batting average his last 30 games. He has done a little better since the Dodgers moved him into the leadoff spot. He's 3 for 17 with a couple of walks. Dave Roberts saying that Mookie may miss tonight's game in Boston. He's dealing with some personal problems. Dave Roberts went and assured everybody that Mookie is okay, but just trying to clean up some personal stuff, so he may not be in Boston at all tonight. Dodgers play Saturday and Sunday in Beantown. Of course, Mookie won the MVP for the Red Sox in 2018 and was part of that World Series winning team that beat the Dodgers. So Mookie, keep an eye on him, his struggles, just trying to take care of some personal stuff. Maybe that's been part of the reason why he has struggled, as well as all the weight loss at the beginning of the season. So it's just been sort of a lost season for Mookie Betts. Hope he gets all his ducks in a row, gets back to doing what Mookie does, doing Mookie Betts things. And finally, viewer comments. We've talked about the Dodger bullpen. I've talked about it, how I think the Ohtani experiment pitching is not good. You're eating up the bullpen. Look at that, 4.43 ERA for the Dodgers, 7th worst in the majors. And we've got a comment here from Steve Campbell who says, what are we, like 28% in runs given up with our relievers, and our left fielder needs to be replaced by Steven. That's Stephen Kwan. He does strike out, but he gets on base way more than our 2 left fielders do. The biggest concern right now is run support and relievers. That's our must. So, yeah, we want to thank Steve Campbell for responding to us, and of course we invite you to always hit us up here on YouTube at Dodgers Latest. We read all your comments, and sometimes we'll read them here on the air. Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. For me, it's 162 games. If it was a short season, yeah, you can sort of maximize it. But seeing Tyler Glasnow actually pitch 7 innings the other day against the Twins, shoot, that is a unicorn right now in today's game, especially for the Dodgers. And I understand all the injuries, and you do what you can, and you try to piece it together, but you need more from these starting pitching. Now, the good thing is, with Glasnow back, Blake Snell looks like he's coming back. These guys are fresh, right? So the dog days of August won't necessarily be the dog days for them, but you got to give that bullpen some rest, And again, that's why I'm so anti-Ohtani pitching this year, because every time he pitches, it's a bullpen game. You're going to go at least 4 to 5 innings out of your bullpen. Dave Roberts said on Monday they're going to try to stretch him out to pitch 4 innings. But yeah, again, that's at least 4 innings, 5 innings that you're going to throw your bullpen at somebody. That's why Dustin May's role looked pretty good in terms of picking up for Ohtani when he pitched out of the pen. But The bullpen is taking a beating, not to mention in terms of innings and in terms of injuries, although we are hearing good things about Blake Trinan. He might be coming back. So the gang's getting back together. Looks like everybody's healthy. Can they stay healthy? And come October, will this Dodger team be the one that we have been looking for? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Cross everything you can. So remember, hit me up on X and on Instagram at JRodShow. Dodgers spend the weekend in Boston. Going to be a fun series. Always good hanging out at Fenway Park. Always good, the nostalgia. Some of the greats of all time stepped on that field. You know, Fenway Park is the oldest ballpark in the American League. Wrigley Field, the oldest ballpark in the National League. Second oldest in the National League. It's Dodger Stadium. So we got some classic, some vintage going on for you this weekend as the Dodgers and Red Sox get at it in a rematch of the 2018 World Series. Back Monday when the Dodgers go to Cincinnati. It's an Ohtani day. We'll have all the recap of the Red Sox. Hopefully it's a good recap as the Dodgers continue to lead the National League West. San Diego kind of struggling in St. Louis. So we'd love to see that. I'm Jim Rodriguez. This is Dodgers Latest. Shuffling off to Boston, where it's always time for Dodger baseball.